Hi there, welcome back to a quick video. Tonight we are looking at Bngo stock. Bngo today has picked itself up. We started off the day at about $6.98. We are coming towards the end now. We are up by around 10%, bringing the share price up by about 72 cents. And subsequently, we are now sat in this range here at about $7.70. So things are moving to the upside today. If we look at this stock over the past 5 days though, you could be asking yourself, is now the time to buy the dip, as the share price has been falling throughout the past week, although on today, as we have seen, it has started to pick itself up. So a lot is going on for Bngo at the moment. I'm giving you all of my personal opinions in this video. Do make sure to give it a like, and of course subscribe to the channel if you do want to see more stock market videos. We cover Bngo and many other stocks which I do believe that you may enjoy. So drop me a comment if there are any other stocks that you want to see on the channel. Hopefully I will move around to them. But yes, let's jump into this one, looking at Bngo today and what could happen going forwards. We're going to start off here on Yahoo Finance, and we're going to start off at looking at the 1 day candlesticks, because if we do look at today's action, well, we are seeing quite a lot of positivity. Of course, throughout the past week we have seen quite mixed action, but realistically all of the candlesticks have been quite small and we haven't seen much movement in share price. Now yesterday we saw a big red candle. This brought us down by a large amount, you can see that on screen, and of course the wick of the candle to the downside is actually slightly sticking out, but to the upside not really so. So of course the lows of the day actually were not too prevalent as well, which is good, and we can see that overall the stock was pushing a bit higher towards the highs. Again, if we look at the candle today, we can see a small wick towards the red side, and at the top we are seeing a little bit of green from that wick here. Now the wick on the top does appear to be longer than the one on the bottom, which is quite interesting. It shows that the highs of the day were higher than the lows, so that is quite cool to see, and again potentially could be a good sign going forwards that we are seeing it for Bngo. But the body of the candle is quite long, which does indicate to a lot of movement today, and that is what we have been seeing. So again, if we look over to some of our favourite stock market indices, we can see that today the S&P 500 is up. Fantastic. The Russell 2000, you may or may not have heard of this one. This tracks 2,000 of the smallest companies, smallest cap stocks, and this is up as well. And the Dow Jones, which tracks 30 of the largest companies, is also up. So again, all three of these major indices are up today, which is good. And again, this could be an indication of things picking themselves back up going forwards. But what we do need to note is that over the past 5 days, we've seen very mixed action, very mixed volatility for all three, and actually quite a big drop in the past 2 or 3 days. So if you're looking to buy any stocks based on what we are seeing with overall market conditions, I personally would be very wary and remain treacherous when looking at stocks. Because if we look at how Bngo has been moving compared to the S&P, realistically the relation of the pattern does actually compare quite closely. You can see quite a high correlation in how both of these patterns have been moving. So again, when the S&P came up today, we saw Bngo come up today a little bit as well, which is good. Now just a few days ago we actually did have earnings for Q4 from Bngo. Earnings were amazing actually. If we have a look at how earnings were for the Q4, we can see that actually the EPS was a surprise of 8% to the green. That's fantastic. Revenue, again, a surprise of a whopping 14%. This is amazing. If we look at how all 3 quarters previously for Bngo have been, according to Google, we look at an EPS beaten. We are looking at a revenue increase into Q3 though, and again EPS missed in Q2, so that wasn't great, but again revenue was good. Overall though, Q1 was still in the red for both EPS and revenue, so you can see that things picking themselves up towards the end of year. Let's hope that we can see a full year where we have 4 green quarters going into 2021. I think this is more than achievable for Bngo, and in my eyes I think this company is quite solid. So honestly guys, where we are with the share price right now, I don't think it is too bad. I think it is hard to say whether this one is going to go any lower or not, because with the overall market conditions, we are seeing, a lot of volatility and a lot of sell-off from multiple stocks. I think Bngo is a decent company, don't get me wrong. I think if you are looking to hold this one long term, it could be a fantastic investment. But if you are looking to buy this one, I would definitely look to do a dollar cost averaging strategy. And again, that is the approach I would take with a lot of stocks at the moment, because with this much risk in the market, who knows where it's going to go. And if you were to buy all your shares today, for example, perhaps the markets might drop a bit tomorrow, and then you could have potentially bought shares at a better price. And for that reason, I would say, for example, if you're buying 100 shares, perhaps buy 10 shares every day or every other day to get a better price, and of course get the most shares for the best cost. And that is the approach that I would personally take. But yes, Bngo right now definitely is at a discount. The question is it going to go any lower? I'm happy that it's pulling itself back up today, but we'll have to see what the overall market does, because because that will be quite indicative of what we can expect for Bngo into the next week. But realistically, I'm happy that it has brought itself up today. Let's see if we can see another green day tomorrow. If we can, that would be fantastic. And I'll be back giving you my thoughts on Bngo very, very soon. Thank you, see you then, goodbye.